Okay, guys, tonight we are going to talk about female hypergamy as well as simply accepting female nature and accepting women for who they actually are as opposed to accepting women for who you want them to be. Tonight's conversation will center on the question of who you anticipate them to be. I drive home here. I'm coming from a late night, so a little tired, but I do want to bang. It's a very important subject, so it's very important that we talk about this, guys. Because a lot of guys still don't understand the true nature of women. You have a tendency to think things like, oh, you know, my girl's great, she's not like that, she would never leave me. This is because of the fact that true female nature is still misunderstood. I've got the unicorn figured out. She loves me for who I am, and she loves me for who I am. However, she doesn't love me for who I am until many years down the road, after you've put a lot of time, energy, effort, and money into her, and after you've possibly even had children together. And all of a sudden she gets up and leaves for another guy, a guy who she has only recently met, a guy who hardly knows her at all. That he hasn't given up his entire life for her, hasn't invested years of his life in her like you have, hasn't sacrificed his entire life for her, hasn't quit his job and moved halfway across the country to be with her. That she barely knows some guy like that. People often say things to me along the lines of, all of a sudden she just gets up and leaves you for this dude. They may wonder what is going on here, how could she do this, and how could she be so cold? This is something that I hear a lot. How is it possible for a woman to have such a chilly demeanor as I get our directions out here? What you fail to understand is that this is exactly how hypergamy works. This is the exact way that real female nature functions. Okay, so she is always going to be looking for the highest value male that she can possibly attract, and if she doesn't believe that you are that high value male, then she is going to investigate her other options. She is going to investigate other options, and one thing you need to know about female hypergamy is that you need to understand first how our mating strategies as males and females differ. Okay, so for men, our mating strategy is fairly straightforward. We want unlimited access to unlimited sexual partners. That's it. We're guys, so that's all we want. We want as much sex as we possibly can, whereas women are looking for the most desirable man their appearance can attract. That's all there is to it. They are looking for the problem that the majority of guys who are in relationships with these girls are unable to recognize, which is that they are looking for the problem that most guys who are in relationships with these girls fail to see that. So, a lot of the time, this guy might get into a lit with a girl, which stands for long-term relationship, and then all of a sudden he'll stop going to the gym, stop taking care of himself, stop brushing his teeth, and start scratching his ass around her. This is because lit stands for long-term relationship. He'll just kind of let himself go to the point where other women don't find him attractive either, okay, and he'll let his values slip so low that it becomes a problem for him. The girl asks herself why she is with this guy, and she begins to question why she is even here, even if they have children together, even if they are married together, even if they live in the same house together. A lot of guys have the misconception that if they get married to the girl, have children with her, and buy a house together, that she will magically not leave them. However, this is not the case because hypergamy does not care, and it is important to remember this. And that's pretty much it. At the end of the day, hypergamy doesn't give a damn about anything. It doesn't matter how long you've been together or how much you love this girl, hypergamy doesn't care about either one of those things. When it comes to hypergamy, it doesn't matter how much time has passed, how many years have passed, how many other girls you've sacrificed to be with her, how many nights you've stayed up together watching movies, how many trips you've taken together, how many family vacations you've taken together, or how many holidays you've spent together. Hypergamy doesn't care about any of that. When it comes to hypergamy, it doesn't matter because as soon as a higher value male appears on the scene, you can guess what happens. You get kicked out of there, right? It's just like being in the null, which stands for not for long, right? The moment they realize you are unable to perform, they will find someone else who is capable of doing so, right? Well, unless you play for the Dallas Cowboys and you have Jason Garrett on your team, in which case they will keep everyone there regardless of whether or not you are performing, and this depresses me. You guys are Cowboys fans, so you understand what I'm saying, and you know that unless they're the Cowboys, you know that women are not going to care the moment you stop performing and these girls are gone. I'm a huge fan of the Cowboys, and I miss the days when Jimmy Johnson played for the team. They are going to be looking for the next high-value male, and it is not going to be you. It could be anyone but you. The thing about female nature is that they are always looking for what I call the BBD, which stands for the bigger and better deal, right? They are always searching for a bigger and better deal, and if they find that someone else can provide more value than they can, they will leave without a second thought. They are always looking for the next best thing. After all of these memories that you created together and all of this time that you shared together, that you thought she was your best friend, all of a sudden she just gets up and goes. This is why you've had like ex-girlfriends and ex-wives. Like it's nothing right, she leaves you just so coldly, like you never shared those times together, like you're a stranger even, right? You just feel like, wow, how could this girl be so cold? Hypergamy at work. Like it's nothing right, she treats you like you never shared those times together, like you're a stranger even, right? It's just the way women are, and a lot of the time the reason why she's acting so icily toward you is because she's disappointed in you, alright? So I will give credit where credit is due with women, and that is that a lot of the time they could be cold because they are just kind of angry, angry at the fact that you used up some of her youth by being with her during these years. So there you have it. I will give credit where credit is due. And you turned out to be a disappointment. You did not turn out to be the guy that she believed you were or the guy that she believed you could live up to being. You failed to be that guy, and now she is furious at you. Because she harbors resentment, her moving on to another guy serves as validation for her that she was right all along, just as it did for her when it came to this chump, and I'm not going to permit myself to denigrate myself even further by staying with him. A good number of you guys anticipate that these women will spend the night with you in some sort of volunteer capacity, right? A good number of these guys who take the blue pill are all like, no, just stay with me. How could you leave me and then beg your girl to come back, even if she does stay with you temporarily, because it is always temporary if you are able to convince her to come back. I don't understand how you could do that. Don't do these things because you're just further demonstrating to her that you do not possess the value that she needs in order to stay with you. It's always temporary, so that's why I say don't do it. It's temporary, and she loses even more respect for you. Don't do these things because it's always temporary, and she loses even more respect for you. You should know that the girl will become resentful, and that the more you beg, the more resentful she will become, because the more she is like, the more you will beg. I was completely blind to the fact that this guy was a jerk. This guy was completely worthless, he was a complete chump, and I don't know how I could have been so blind to see it. Therefore, she is upset with herself when she moves on to the other, subsequent guy. It serves as validation for her, and she responds by saying, yep, see, I'm high value. She says things like, look at the guy I got and look at my new guy, and then she simply crosses her fingers and hopes that neither of the men will turn out to be betas. This is just another one of those red pill truth bombs, which is that women are hypergamous, and she can leave you and not think twice about it, and even you can feel good about it and feel good about the fact that you're suffering how many of your exes you might have had some of those evil exes. This is just another one of those truth bombs about women being hypergamous, and it's just another one of those truth bombs about women being hypergamous. Whereas they were glad to see you suffer, and it's like everything you've done for her is just forgotten, all of those sacrifices you made for it, it's all forgotten, and at the end of the day, as I keep telling you guys, women can't love you the way you think they should love you. They love you in the way that you, as a man, would hope to be loved, which is in an idealistic way, because the majority of you men are very romantic. Especially if you're still plugged into the blue pill matrix, you guys are like super romantic, so listen to those love songs. And I still enjoy those love songs too, I won't lie, but I don't listen to it through the same lens that I used to wear before I would think of my girl. If you're still plugged into the blue pill matrix, you should listen to those love songs. I'd probably be listening to love songs, and since I'm a huge fan of Smashing Pumpkins, I'd probably be listening to Billy Corgan. I still have a soft spot in my heart for Pumpkins, but I can't say that I listen to them through the same lens anymore, and I certainly don't use the same filters. When I listen to it, I don't think of a particular girl, rather, I might think of a memory that I have with her. But now I don't even think about her, all that comes to mind is the memory that the two of us have together, and how wonderful it was at the time, despite the fact that it was a blue pill and was, just genuine. I am still able to appreciate that, but a lot of you guys are super romantic, and it's not until you realize the true nature of women that you come to the understanding that she can't love you in the way that you would want to be loved as a man. I am still able to appreciate that, but it's not until you realize the true nature of women that you come to the understanding that she can't love you in the way, and at the end of the day, she doesn't care about you, and neither do the women. It's not just your girlfriend or your wife, it's all women out there. It's just in their nature to not care about us. It's not just your girl or your wife, it's all women out there. They don't care about us guys. I don't know how else to put it. We are the expendable gender, right? We are expendable as men. They don't care about us. They are constantly looking out for their own interests. They don't care about us guys. I don't know how else to put it. We are the expendable gender, right? We are the expendable gender as men. We are the expendable, and this is exactly what you need to realize about hypergamy, which is that women are always looking out for themselves. They are not looking out for you. They're not looking out for me, and they're not looking out for any other men. Not even the men they are jumping to those fools, right? The men with whom they are rebounding are not looking out for them either. Rather, they are concerned only with ensuring that their own needs are met. What is in their own best interest? They do not care about you, me, or any of us, right? We are expendable to them. What is in their own best interest? They do not care about us. It's just a part of a woman's nature that she doesn't give a damn about us guys. She's only concerned with what she can get out of other people and the value that other people can bring to her. Now, does this mean to go get bitter and completely give up on women? Of course not, because I'm still actively out there cold approaching women. What I mean is that this does not mean to go get bitter. It's so much fun to hang out with them. I'm currently involved in a dating rotation with multiple girls, all of whom I find enjoyable to spend time with in various capacities, including going on trips, going on dates, getting physical with, staying at each other's places, and staying overnight at mine. It's entertaining, I adore it, I take pleasure in it, and I'd be bored to death without it. However, it's obvious that I date these girls through the lens of the red pill, which is what you should start doing instead of continuing to date girls through the lens of the blue pill, which is where you end up getting screwed over. You get your balls handed to you on a silver platter. Stop dating girls through the lens of the blue pill. Instead, start going more in the direction of the red pill and just trying to understand the true nature of women. Then, stop hating them for it and stop being bitter about it. Just take them for who they are and accept them as they are. I always use the analogy of if a bee were to sting you, it's just part of the bee's nature to sting. You can't get mad at the bee for doing that. The same thing applies to women. If a bee were to sting you, it's just part of the bee's nature to sting you. It's just part of the bee's nature to. It's just a part of their nature. So don't let it stop you from dating them despite the fact that they have these truth bombs about the red pill. Because of the implications these revelations could have for their respective businesses, I can absolutely guarantee that no other dating coach or pickup company will be willing to share these red pill truth bombs with you. Because they are under the impression that if they tell you these things, which they are aware are accurate due to the fact that anyone could be out there approaching girls, you will believe them and take the red pill. However, because they are aware of this and what I am telling you, they will not tell you. Because they believe that it will have a negative impact on their business, whereas the way that I conduct my business is that I want to deliver the most value to you as students or clients or whatever you want to call yourself, and I want to give you the most honest raw truth. I want you to be successful in your dating life, in your dating relationships, in life in general, and in your business so that you can see success. I want you to see success so that you can see success. And by doing so, I am able to expand my clientele because you will think to yourself, wow, everything this guy M says is flicking true, and it's been pretty accurate, and he's helped me to really increase my game and get hotter women and not be foolish enough to believe that blue pill. This is how I expand my business. Disney has opened my eyes to all of the horrible, cruel, and evil things that my exes have done to me. I haven't seen any of them drop any of these red pill truth bombs. They're just too busy teaching you technique and other stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, I do that too. I haven't seen any of them drop any of these red pill truth bombs. I teach you all of the techniques you need to learn, including the claw and all of my favorite pickup artist techniques, but I'm also dropping these red pill truth bombs on you because I believe that in order to get good in game these days, you need to have red pill awareness. I teach you all of the techniques you need to learn, including the claw and the entire all of my favorite pickup artist techniques. It is very difficult to be very skilled and pick up and stay blue pill. It just doesn't work anymore, especially in today's climate with feminism and the gynocracy we are living in. You need to go red pill. It just doesn't work anymore, especially in today's climate with feminism and the gynocracy we are living in. Guys, you need to wake up. You need to realize the true nature of women, and you need to accept that nature. Don't take a black pill, get stuck in the middle, and just completely give up, throwing the towel on everything, and throwing the towel on life and thinking about ending your own life. Instead, you need to understand true female nature, and you need to accept that nature. You know that life is beautiful once you take the red pill, as long as you are able to go through the period of overcoming those old blue pill beliefs and killing off your old beta self, right? Killing off your old blue pill beta self. You know that life is beautiful once you take the red pill. If you take the red pill so that you can date as a man and live as a man, you will, without a doubt, experience a significant increase in your level of happiness. When you date girls, you're going to find that you have a lot more fun and a lot more success. Once you take the red pill, you won't be living your life through the lens of the blue pill anymore, in which you tried to make the girl your girlfriend. As a result, you're going to date hotter girls, and you're just going to have more successful relationships. Once you take the red pill, you won't be living your life through the lens of the blue pill. You made her the center of your world, the center of your universe, and you are aware of all of this. Now, however, you are going to make yourself the center of your universe, and you are going to make your goals your life's path and purpose as a man. Instead of making her your everything, you are going to make yourself the center of your universe. The little red pill will reveal to you that you are the center of your universe, and that by default, she will follow you. These are the truths that you will discover. For this reason, it completely baffles me why men take the red pill and give up on trying having successful relationships with women. I was like, why, dude, isn't it great that you finally have knowledge? Put it to use. Taking the red pill does not imply that you must give up on life if there is anything positive that it gives you. Because you'll finally see life for how it actually is in reality rather than through the blue pill lens that you've been looking at life through your entire life. It will inspire you to take control of your life and make the most of every opportunity. You know your entire existence, it's time to let go of that just to understand that women are hypergamous. You are not going to sit there and tell me otherwise because you know what I've seen with my own eyes. You know what you've seen with your own eyes. And considering that I was there to see it for myself, you're not going to be able to convince me otherwise, all right?